Welcome back to the Homes on Homes podcast. I'm Mike Holmes. I started this podcast to keep educating people on how to make it right, just like I've been doing for over 20 years on television. Here, you'll find raw, unscripted conversations with experts on building healthy homes, choosing quality products, safety at home, and more. Let's get started. Welcome to another episode of Homes on Homes podcast. Today we're going to be talking about indoor air quality. Now this is really important. You're going to want to listen to everything here. We have Ken, we have Daryl. These guys are the top-notch guys at Panasonic, and let's talk about that. For a moment, let's talk about an HRV and an ERV, just for a moment.
So an HRV is a heat, we call them HRV, ERV, but they're heat recovery ventilation and energy recovery ventilation. They're virtually the same thing. The difference is, and maybe you can show that core in front of you, is the material that they use in the core. An HRV, I can't get moisture to move from one airstream to the other. So if there's a cold airstream on one side and a warm airstream with moisture in it, there's going to be the potential for condensation along that cold airstream.
Hot meaning cold.
Hot, yeah. So that HRV is going to have a condensate line that you're going to have to plumb out to a drain somewhere. The ERV, the energy recovery, it allows that moisture, the water vapor at the molecular level to pass through this paper. This paper is just porous enough to allow that hydrogen molecule to move, because those water vapor molecules are going to be excited because they're warm, right? And I have a cold airstream below. And that warm airstream is going to expand or want to be expanded, and the cold airstream is going to contract. So those two are going to pull, one's going to pull, one's going to kind of push the other, so that hydrogen molecule will come through to the other airstream and bring with it the heat. So instead of evacuating that heated airstream out of the house, I'm going to pull some of that back into the house.
This ERV does not hook up to a furnace, does not need to be anywhere but self-sustained like the Whisper Air Repair.
Yep.
As one duct line in, I believe it's a 6-inch coming in, 6-inch going out, I believe it's 6 inches. It filters the air. It uses this technology here, and this is a great balance of how you're showing if we're bringing warm air in or reverse it.
Yep.
So we've got cold climate, we've got hot climate. How it and what it does in color temperature changes in the center. And this paper is not a filter, correct?
Right.
What is it?
So it's a specially, Panasonic's term is specially formulated paper that allows water vapor to transfer through it.
So what
I'm
you're
gonna
trying to do.
I'm going to bring moisture and temperature, hold that steady in the house. I'm going to find balance between those two. And then anything that's larger particulate than that is going to be exhausted out, and then that fresh air will be brought in.
Okay, so this is really about balancing that and controlling the moisture in the air, where heat recovery ventilation unit doesn't do that. It actually has to have a condensation line.
It's going to continuously strip moisture.
It pulls the moisture and gets rid of it,
rid of it.
which at one time we thought was brilliant.
Well,
But
it
the
still
truth
is. It's not a problem.
Right.
It's just that in our house, we want an ideal humidity. We have a ideal humidity value, right? So, if there's no humidity outside, if it's 0 degrees outside,
You're not pulling anything.
I'm not saving the humidity that's in the house at all. Now I'm exhausting all my humidity out, and now I'm going to have to mechanically bring it in, which whenever I say mechanically, you add money, right? So now I have to mechanically pay money to humidify that air to come in. So it's just the lowest cost strategy to meet those requirements of comfort, humidity, temperature. It really is. The ERV is probably the biggest thing in residential ventilation
That people need to learn about.
Yeah.
that people need to understand better by far.
So how do we balance the house? I know, but I'm going to listen to you guys. How do we balance your home that we don't have too much moisture and it's not too dry? How do we do that?
You want to redistribute the moisture. So right now, moisture is not the enemy. It's basically we're producing it in one room, but you want to still have that moisture. You want to have that key humidity level in your house so that your living's comfortable, all your all of these things that come with the proper humidity level, you're not going to have issues. Too much humidity, you're going to have issues. Too little humidity, you're going to have issues.
Right.
So we want to rebalance that. 50 is a nice number, right? If you can sit it at 50 all the time, it's pretty comfortable living.
I will tell you that I always start with source management. If there's a pile of crap in the middle of the floor, get the stuff out. Then you go to balanced ventilation. It's predictable, it's uneventful. I love that concept. It doesn't matter population count in the house.
But doesn't that mean balance your furnace, balance the airflow?
Not necessarily. Remember your furnace uses a recirculation process, right? So I've got a cold air return and I'm putting hot air into the space, cold air return. Hot air into the space, cold air return, right? It's all one cycle. I'm going to take outdoor air and bring it in and cycle outdoor air, indoor air, outdoor air, indoor
But
air.
we have to do, that's my point is we have to do it all. We have to balance first the furnace. Because no matter what, you can't blow air into a bottle. It has to pull as much as it blows. Cubic feet per minute, CFMs.
You're balancing in those spaces, yes.
Number one.
And it's balance, right? I want to balance. So I'm putting air into the space, the undercuts of the door, allowing the air to come back to that cold air return. It's a nice, clean process. Here, I'm balanced. If I take the exhaust fan only, which, by the way, will work, but if I run that exhaust fan only, I'm taking 30 CFM or whatever that value is that it's set at, I'm pulling that out of the house. It's coming in from cracks and crevices somewhere. It's not managed on the inbound.
A lot of these strategies are going to depend on your heating and cooling strategy too, right? So you're talking furnace, very popular in most parts in Canada to have a ducted furnace because of our climate. So how do we have a strategy to do that? We'll feed into the furnace ducts. You look at other areas where it's a little milder, they'll use more heat pump type solutions. Well, that's not getting fresh air. So you have to have a dedicated system that's just doing the air all the time.
More difficult to duct fresh air into that heat pump application for sure.
Right.
And if, you know, at my house, I have both the gas furnace and I have ductless heat pumps, a single ductless 4-zone. I haven't used my gas furnace in 2 years because the ductless heat pump. However, there is no air movement with that ductless heat pump from room
That's
to
where
room.
the
Heat
air
pump is efficient, is absolutely incredible,
And now
but no air movement.
Now I have to use the ERV to give that fresh air into
Which
those
is
spaces.
this lovely little thing that we're going to get to.
That's
in a
certainly
minute.
one of them, right?
This
Exactly.
excited the hell out of me, I got to tell you.